Hey, it's Ace, and for a long time, we've told you about Neogenics, Charlotte's most trusted stem cell clinic, and how phenomenal a job they did helping me with my left wrist. Well, this is Neil. Neil Simler is a member of the Ace and TJ Radio family. Neil, you took the free consultation to have them check out your elbow and talk about what happened just when you went for the free consultation.
They were very straightforward and let me know that they weren't going to treat any of my ailments if they weren't 100% sure that they were going to be able to effectively help my issue. And never once were they pushy with trying to get me to spend more money and do, the higher end shots.
Now, 3 months later, how do you feel?
I'm 95% better, if not 100%. It's just been one of the best decisions I've made. Do yourself a favor, get out there as soon as possible.
Set up your free consultation today at acetj.com/neogenics. It's Neogenix. Neogenics, Charlotte's most trusted stem cell clinic.
They say there are only two things certain in life: sweet deals at Sweet Dreams and taxes.
And only one of those is certain this month.
Which one?
The sweet deals at Sweet Dreams.
What about the taxes?
No sales tax the entire month of April at Sweet Dreams.
Are you serious?
Yeah. And don't call me Shirley.
Love where you live, Lake Norman, and pay no sales tax during the month of April. Only at Sweet Dreams Furniture and Mattress.
It's the Ace and TJ Show with a little extra. Uncensored, unedited, and almost uninterrupted. Get ready for the most extra podcast known to man. The Ace and TJ Show presents the Extra Funny Podcast.
Griggins, your parents living in the, is it a 55 and up community? All right, and it's a really nice one. It's not just like some old, rickety, been there for years. And this is a nice, it's like they live in a country club. Yeah. Basically with older Americans. Mm-hmm. And I know they have their little quirks and stuff and their stereotypical things. And, some of them are grouchy about little things and all of that stuff. But do they ever have fisticuffs in the neighborhood? Does any of that ever come to blows?
I don't know.
The disputes in the neighborhood?
I would love to hear about it if they've happened. They haven't told me about them, but that would be amazing.
Wouldn't you think, though, Ace, that they would get kicked out of the neighborhood if somebody's in there fist fighting in the streets and stuff? I think in a neighborhood like that, they'd get kicked out.
I mean, I'd assume they have some type of rule that if you instigate a fight, they can, move you out. Yeah, because I wouldn't be surprised if it happened, because it sounds like, I'm not saying your parents do this, but there are a lot of get-togethers. Yeah. There's a lot of people at other people's houses every day, and which probably means a lot of drinking.
Yeah. Oh, there's plenty of drinking.
So it's a very good possibility that with that much drinking going on, that somebody says something or upsets somebody. Who knows? I wouldn't be surprised if one broke out, but I don't think it would happen often.
Yeah, I'll ask them.
I think a lot of the conflict in those neighborhoods comes from old people being such sticklers for the rules. Yes. And you break this rule and I'm going to. So that's what happened at this place in Florida. But I don't think it's one of those nice ones like your parents' readings. It's called Peaceful Lane.
The irony.
Yeah. Peaceful Lane. So this 80-year-old Florida woman in the neighborhood got upset because her 72-year-old neighbor was washing his motorcycle. And she was upset about his use of water. Because evidently they have some sort of a thing where you're not supposed to wash your vehicles or something.
Okay.
And when she saw him scrubbing his wheels, she went and confronted him. And the witnesses say she was the aggressor. And she spat upon him during the confrontation and then also pulled his beard. So 80. She went to jail for battery charges for spitting on the much younger guy. Yeah. He's 8 years younger than she is. All because she said, I'll just read at it here. According to criminal complaint, Miss Rogers, who is retired, walked over to her neighbor's residence and, quote, engaged in a verbal argument regarding his water usage. Rogers used her, quote, black flip phone, end quote, to take photos of the, quote unquote, wet spots on the road so that she could report the victim to the complex's management. During the squabble, the 5'3" Rogers allegedly spit on Ferroni is his name. Hey,
yo,
and used her right hand to pull on the victim's beard. So she was collared and charged with a third-degree felony since the victim of the alleged battery is over 65. So even if you're 80 and you hit somebody 65 or older, then that's an extra charge on you for whatever they call that.
Elder abuse.
Elder abuse, yeah.
Attack on an elder.
Yeah.
She's older than he is by nearly 10 years.
Love that.
So she spent an entire day in jail before she was freed on $100 bond. That's how you know it's probably not in a nice area like your parents' rigging. She couldn't even post $100 bail.
Yeah. And that old of a guy with a long beard.
Yeah. Well, I'm guessing that he's probably a old biker guy.
Yeah,
he's out there washing his motorcycle and he's got a long beard long enough to pull. He's probably a retired guy who has always ridden Harleys and stuff.
Yeah.
And all of this over water usage.
Yeah. Because that's what I mean. I bet you so many conflicts happen over somebody not abiding by the strict policies.
Oh, yeah.
And then somebody gets in their face, and the next thing you know, mind your own business, spit on him, pull his beard. Now,
spit.
I think that full charges should be pressed upon her on his part. She need to go to penitentiary.
And I was just sitting here
1
thinking,
year.
She pulls on his beard, and he had her arrested. Come on.
Now, I think somebody else called the cops.
Okay.
When the cops got there, they said, "What's happening here?" And he's like, so he may not press charges, but but I mean, you got to teach her a lesson. Even at 80, there's still lessons to be learned. Mm-hmm. Penitentiary, hard time, 1 year.
Yeah.
Wow.
2 years. You got something else to say? I'll make it 3.
She's a danger to society.
Yeah.
Definitely a menace.
She's a serial beard puller if she doesn't get a hold of herself.
That's crazy.
But you ever had a beard long enough that somebody pull it? It hurts.
Yeah, I'm sure it does.
Man, Grandma's in jail. We got to go get her out.
What is she doing? Spitting.
I agree. What is that
Like,
about?
let's start with that. I can understand the beard pulling, but Grandma, have some class. You're an 82-year-old woman. Quit spitting.
But that tells me that she has, a hard time with anger.
Did you say you get pulling on the beard?
Huh?
Ace said, I get pulling on the beard.
Yeah, if you're going to be in a confrontation with somebody, but spitting on them.
Yeah, maybe she's aggravated with him. She reaches up and grabs his long beard and pulls on, like, you listen to me, trying to get his attention or something like that. But spitting, you're first off, I just don't think people should be spitting on other people.
Not even out of love.
Different scenario. Didn't think of it that way.
Spit on me. I love you so much. Spit on me.
Although I do get it. If you're mad at somebody, you really want to prove a point, just spit on them.
Maybe somebody came in and tried to get between them, and that was the only thing she could use as a projectile.
They're just backing them up. She's like,
wow. I can't wait till they look at this picture she took on her flip phone. They're like, "Ma'am, we don't know. We can't tell anything from these pictures.
They're tiny and blurry.
Yeah, and they've already dried up, I'm sure.
Yeah. And the judge did order her to have no contact with the victim.
Yeah, good idea. You can't control yourself.
So I guess she has to live right next door to this guy now. I can't even say anything to him.
So now she has to live like Technically Rob chooses to live.
Yeah. Well, for the time being, because I'm sure, if he's going to press charges, she'll have a court date.
Yeah, that could be like a felony charge.
Mm-hmm. Third-degree felony.
It's a third-degree felony?
Do you think it blows over to where eventually he goes over to her and is like, hey, I don't want to have any house. I don't want to get off on the wrong foot.
It depends on the history.
Yeah,
because I'm guessing this is not the first conflict they've had with each other.
You're probably right. It's enough now that he's got, I don't have to mess with her anymore now.
And she's like, this is Florida. I got to take a picture of that wet spot right now or it's going to dry up.
Yeah, let me just... If you don't get the hell off my driveway, lady.
Pictures on her flip phone. God,
now I want to know what the water rules are.
Yeah, I've never
in the
heard
community.
of that.
What's the name of the community?
Peaceful Lane, Ace. Duh.
Peaceful
all the
Lane.
peace going on. Peaceful Lane. Well, that's not the name of the community. That's it says after departing her home on Peaceful Lane. So that's the name of the street. But
I don't know. People in my parents' community, they do get fired up about pickleball courts. I know there's major drama about who scheduled the pickleball courts, and there's confrontations and stuff like that.
Yeah. But I mean, whoever scheduled it has scheduled it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. But it's like a whole drama. They had a raffle the other night, and the booze is flowing, and somebody apparently stole one of the gift baskets that was up for a raffle ticket. Got so hammered that they just took one of the baskets.
You figured that was an old woman or an old man?
Old woman.
You think?
Yeah, my mom had her phone stolen by one of her friends.
Oh,
she was so blackout drunk.
Yeah.
Oh,
but it was an accident.
It was an accident, but S word is going down at these things.
Oh, I know, because I mean they don't have anything to do, except, and this is what I was trying to talk to my father-in-law about, who's recently retired over the past couple of years. I said, I don't know if I ever want to retire, because in retirement, all you have to do basically is interact with other retired people. And I don't like doing that.
Right.
I said, he does. He was a salesman. He loves talking to people. He loves listening to people, all of that, which I don't.
Yeah.
So if I retire, I'll be doing, pretty much the same thing I do, like after 10 o'clock in the morning. Anyway, I'll just be older.
Get up, move to the public house.
It's the Ace and TJ Show with a little something extra. This is the Extra Funny Podcast.
We're here with Richard Toccato, the Richard Toccato Companies. And Richard, not just mortgages, not just home sales. Now you're helping people with home improvements.
Yeah, that's right. So if you want a backyard that you've always dreamed of, or you need siding, windows, whatever you need, give us a call. Check it out.
You've got the money in your home. Richard just helps you find it, finds the best way for you to do it. It's very simple. All you have to do is start by going to homewithrichard.com. It's homewithrichard.com, the Richard Toccato Companies.
When it comes to losing weight, sometimes you don't even know where to start. You know that it needs to happen, but you need some help. Well, you start by going to acetj.com/weight loss and ordering Calitrin. Calitrin is scientifically proven to help you lose weight, and it is not a drug. It is not a drug. Repeat that. So here's what you do. You go to acetj.com/Calitrin, order 3 months, and then you'll get 3 months free. 4 months free. That's how it works with Calitrin.